Now here's something I usually hate seeing people do, okay? Combat athletes and the likes. I don't like to see them having dumbbells in their hands and shadow boxing, okay? Adding weight to their punches, because it doesn't train speed, doesn't train power. And if you train slow, you're gonna be slow. So you need to train fast. Now there's some exceptions, okay? So the banded punch is one of them. I have 3 resistance levels here. The orange is the lightest. For the banded resistance punch, you're just gonna set up on one side. We're only doing between 3 to 5 reps, so it's very small. You're going to have a split stance, so the hand that you're looking to punch with, have that hip back, because you're looking to rotate the shoulders and the hips and pivot on the feet for the punch. And it's more so a total body move than actually just a punch. Focus more on your kinetic chain when you do this. So set a distance for yourself to standardize your training. So if you set a distance out, maybe mark with a cone, okay, and stand your rear foot at that cone, and what you're going to do is rotate and then look to turn your hips and shoulders over and switch stance as you finish the move, back nice and slow. It's a whole body move, okay? So don't think of this as practicing your martial art. This is just teaching your kinetic chain how to communicate from the ground all the way up to the end of a punch, okay? The punch bag, your spar and your pad works, that's where you practice your technique and your max speed. But if we're going to practice this, you need to practice it fast so that it's not detrimental to your combat training. So that's why we use bands, okay? Bands, you can get very light bands and then you can get very heavy ones. But the actual resistance curve of the band is that at the end here, there's the least resistance. And at the very end of my punch, it's the most resistance on the band. So that actually allows us to accelerate very quick at the start and get that movement we want. And the big resistance is only at the end when we lock out. So we're not actually training the muscles to be slow. We're not going to fatigue them too much. As I said, we're just teaching our body. So here's a band a little higher up. We're going to get ready. Turn the hips and shoulders over. Big exhale, okay? And then as you walk up and you can keep the speed, you can walk up to a slightly heavier band. Again, this black band, even for me, I'd be thinking, can't get the sort of speeds I want in turning the hips and shoulders over. So I may not use it as much. Now, when you learn a bit more about the strength speed continuum, maybe there might be some phases of your training you might use a slightly heavier band, but I would use it very sparsely. Keep them light, keep the movement fast.